Hello and welcome to the Tesla Jigsaw, I'm Will. In this video, I want to share with you the story of Elon Musk's past and point out some exaggerations and straight out lies that surround him, and a few fun facts that you might not know along the way. From emerald mines to Bankwupt Signs, has Elon really been a naughty boy?
He's not the Messiah, he's a very naughty boy!
Elon's childhood. Elon was born in South Africa on the 28th of June 1971. He's often accused of being brought up in a wealthy family. How dare you be born into that? Well, he did have the good fortune of being brought up in an upper middle class home, but that's more or less where the good fortune ended. His parents divorced, he was bullied at school, and he had a disastrous relationship with his dad. When I say bullied at school, I don't mean that he was offended by a counter-argument or that a safe space was unavailable. No, I mean actually physically beaten almost to death. Gangs of boys would actively hunt him down, and on one occasion he was pushed down a flight of concrete stairs and beaten so violently it left him in hospital for weeks. His best friend was also beaten up and told to never speak to Elon again. Anyone who thinks Elon was born into a cushy lifestyle are grossly misinformed. His mother is May Musk, a model and dietitian born in Canada and raised in South Africa. After marrying Elon Musk, she came back from her own honeymoon, beaten, bruised and pregnant. As a very young boy, Elon would throw himself between his parents to protect his mother. Elon grew up in a very violent home, which has left his relationship with his estranged father in tatters. Speaking about his dad in the past, Elon has referred to him as a terrible human being, adding, "Almost every evil thing you could possibly think of, he has done." May recognised that Elon was a genius when he was around 3 years old. He read the entire Encyclopedia Britannica at age 9 and would pore over science fiction novels, comics and non-fiction books for up to 10 hours a day. Elon was so introspective as a kid, his parents and doctors ordered a test to check if he was deaf. It turned out that this was just his way of daydreaming about his inventions. At the age of 5, Elon thought he was insane. It was clear to him that other people's minds were not exploding with ideas like his. He went on to tell Joe Rogan that you would not necessarily want to be me. It's very hard to turn off. It's like never-ending explosions all the time. Total opposite of my brain. In 1984, at 12 years old, Elon wrote a computer game called Blastar. The source code was published in a magazine and he got $500 for it. Not a bad start on the road to billionaire-ness. Come on, stupid game. The Emerald Mine. His father, Elon Musk, was a South African electromechanical engineer, pilot, sailor, consultant and property developer. He was a very intelligent man and a wealthy one, on and off it seems. But the story of this emerald mine still lingers around the Musk family name, thanks to memes, outright lies, and a society who doesn't seem to value facts anymore. May Musk tweeted, "I didn't know about the emerald mine and wealthy parents until I read it on Twitter about 10 years ago." The following is taken directly from Ashley Vance's biography on Elon Musk. Some of his most vocal detractors have promoted the idea that Musk, like Trump, began his career backed by the deep pockets of dear old dad. Elon Musk owned a small percentage of an emerald mine and had a couple of good years before the mine went bust and wiped out his investment. Based on conversations with hundreds of people, Ashley Vance confirms Musk's story. Regardless of your opinion about him, he is a self-made billionaire. This really runs against the narrative being pushed by the anti-Musk mob, professional victims and straight-out liars who claim that, despite the extraordinary evidence that Elon works more hours, takes crazy financial risks, and has a massive track record of building successful businesses, it must all have come from daddy. Because of course, it would be so unfair that if you work harder and smarter than other people, you might get further ahead in life too. And that's not something professional victims like to admit. A professional victim, by the way, is a person who makes it their business to appear perpetually offended and victimised. He's a big bad billionaire, therefore he's taken it from me, I'm the victim. Even if he had received financial support from his dad, this would still not invalidate Elon's history of success, would it? And it's not as if he's a sort of flashy billionaire that wastes his wealth on yachts, caviar and private islands. No, instead he works 120-hour weeks, owns no houses, lives in a box at SpaceX headquarters and has dedicated his life to building businesses that improve humanity. You might spot that I get a little wound up with these untrue rumours. I really dislike disingenuous liars that deliberately spread fake news and throw mud at those that are doing good in the world. These people are misinformed at best or deliberate liars at worst and should certainly be called out a lot more. Canada calling. Unwilling to support apartheid through compulsory military service, and despite a warning from his dad that Elon would fail and be back soon, Elon left South Africa for Canada in 1989 with $2,500 to his name. Elon, determined to keep his old life behind him, slept on sofas of distant relatives, did farm hand and labour work, and lived very cheaply. He went on to Queen's University in Kingston, Ontario, Canada, and then transferred to the University of Pennsylvania in Philadelphia, where he received a bachelor's degree in physics and economics in 1997. He began graduate school in physics at Stanford University, but left after several days because he felt that the internet had much more potential to change society than work in physics. Elon left university with around $100,000 in student debt. He'd otherwise covered expenses along the way via scholarships, engineering internships, college campus jobs, and a number of other entrepreneurial schemes. Elon says, quote, "It would have been great if someone was paying for my college, but my dad had neither the ability nor the inclination to do so." When his mother and sister followed him to Canada in 1990, with his brother Kimball joining in 91 after he finished high school, they ended up in a small rented apartment in Toronto. When Elon visited, he didn't even get his own bed. If they were secretly living the riches of their family's emerald mine, they certainly weren't showing it and must have had a serious hardship fetish. A 27-year-old multimillionaire. Elon started his first company with nothing but a computer that he and his brother shared to create the business. It was called Zip2, which was the first internet business directory. The website was up during the day and Elon was coding it throughout the night, 7 days a week, all the time. As they couldn't afford an apartment, the small office they rented was also their home, where they slept on sofas. They were taken in turns to code while the others slept and showered at the local YMCA. Elon was just 27 years old when he became a multimillionaire, after selling Zip2, which earned him $22 million. He blew $1 million of that on a McLaren F1, which he later totaled in 2000 while showing it off to investor and co-founder of PayPal, Peter Thiel. His famous last words, when asked what the car could do, Elon replied, "Watch this," before spinning out of control and flying into a ditch. The cherry on top of this story, it wasn't even insured. Musk then founded an online financial services company, X.com, which later became PayPal. It was sold to eBay for $1.4 billion in 2002. Elon collected more than $100 million from the deal at the age of 31. He would go on to invest half his wealth into Tesla and half into SpaceX. Tiny Tesla becomes Mega Tesla. Tesla was incorporated in 2003 by Martin Eberhard and Mark Tarpenning as Tesla Motors. The company's name is a tribute to inventor and electrical engineer Nikola Tesla. At that time, they were exploring the idea of lithium-ion batteries powering the car. They had AC Propulsion on board, who specialised in ultra-efficient motors, controllers, inverters, and all those other electrical engineering things that make an EV go. Plus, they collaborated with British car company Lotus to provide advice on designing and developing a vehicle, as well as producing partly assembled vehicles, and helped with basic chassis development. By 2004, though, they were running out of money and needed serious funding. Having met Elon at the Mars Society convention, I kid you not, Martin and Mark pitched their idea of building the electric roadster, which clearly sparked Elon's interest in the company. In February 2004, via a $6.5 million investment, Elon became the largest shareholder of the company and went on to invest a further $70 million to keep Tesla alive. Martin Eberhard served as CEO until 2007, when he was unanimously voted to be removed by the board of directors, after an audit showed that he had been providing fraudulent financial information to the Tesla board and investors and directing other employees to lie to investors. And after 5 years of relentless hard work, Mark Tarpenning decided he'd rather enjoy his family life and young kids, rather than embarking on the next 5-year near-impossible creation, the Model S. Despite a few sore points, Martin and Mark agree that Elon has taken Tesla to incredible heights and are both still rooting for the company. So after becoming the fourth CEO of Tesla in 2008, Elon finally had full control and was the ultimate catalyst of building Tesla into what it is today. Some say that without Martin and Mark, Tesla would not exist today. But flip that around and it's equally true. Without Elon's unwavering financial and technical support, dedication and determination, Tesla might have ended right there, alongside hundreds of other failed car startups. Remember, Tesla and Ford are the only US car companies not to have gone bust. Personally, I'm extremely grateful to any of those folks from Tesla's early days, the engineers, AC Propulsion, Lotus, early investors and purchasers, and anybody else with their fingers in Tesla's pie. Without which, I'm damn sure the world would not be transitioning to electric cars at its current rapid rate and pushing us nearer to a sustainable energy future. Credit due to Martin and Mark for laying the groundwork, but the expansion of Tesla, scaling up to build mass market vehicles while sleeping on the factory floor, and devoting his wealth and time sacrificing his family life, marriages, relationships, plus 2 decades of relentless hard work, Elon is responsible for the Tesla we see today. Here's a few fun facts that you might not know about Elon. He employs 114,000 people around the world for his various businesses. He paid the largest tax bill of anyone in American history of $11 billion. While presenting Saturday Night Live, Elon revealed to have Asperger's syndrome, a form of autism. Elon has signed up to the Giving Pledge, which is a promise to dedicate the majority of his wealth to charitable causes. Elon's charity, the Musk Foundation, holds $9.4 billion, which provides grants to various charities. He does not take a salary at Tesla. All of his wealth is tied up in company shares. The superhero, serial entrepreneur Tony Stark, aka Iron Man, was inspired by Elon Musk. Elon sold almost all his possessions and owns no houses. Elon's Tesla Roadster has been orbiting the sun since 2018. And if the Earth ceased to exist, then the only traces of humans would be Starman sat in Tesla. That's weird. I don't know how many people wake up in the morning looking forward to their day, let alone looking forward to the future. But for me, I flipping love watching the story of Tesla unfold, and I'm massively inspired by Elon Musk. Not many people seem to understand the enormity of what's coming, the rapid disruptive change that's already well underway with electric car adoption, autonomous cars, sustainable energy production and storage, artificial intelligence, not to mention the multi-trillion-dollar opportunity that Tesla brings to those who are paying attention to it. Tesla is still very much in its early days. Elon does not complain about how bad the world is. Instead, he is changing the world. Be like Elon and aim for the stars. I'd love to hear what you think in the comments below. Are you inspired by any of Elon's ventures? Do you look forward to the future? Before you go, if you can click that like button, it'll help the YouTube algorithm show this to more people. I'm doing my best to grow this little channel into something bigger and better. And if you're interested, there's more stuff from me just here and just here. You can click on either of those if you like. I don't know what one it's showing you. I think it's random, but yeah, one of my videos are there. I'll just stay here to click one, I suppose. Alright, bored. I'm going to have a cup of tea. Thanks for watching. I hope you've enjoyed it. Bye!